Hello, it's the Ordinary Man, Step by Step, episode 31. We're up to. It is Friday. Woo! Again, very quickly, what this is all about. This is my name is Tommy Courtney. I'm documenting the process of what I'm doing to convert an idea that I had into a successful business. Fairly straightforward. So. The business is called Property Base Camp. What we do is we connect relocated employees with the best available rental accommodation. And that's pretty much it. It's nice and simple. Been an interesting week. Been a strange sort of week, but it's been definitely interesting. Again, we have that sort of, we have had that increase of I suppose, attention or increase of client base, increase of users. Jesus, I can't even speak. You can tell it's Friday. So yeah, the last couple of weeks we've had the increase of clients coming on board, which means more employees that we need to try and help through the app and other ways. So what we've probably found is before that I suppose we're able to help companies to an extent via properties just through our app, and then online support through our app. Now, what we're finding is that for a number of reasons, but we're going to have to extend our relocation support outside of the Property Base Camp app alone. Couple of reasons. One is there just is that huge lack of supply at the minute. Which I keep crying on about that's going to continue. So we need to think of innovative ways that we can solve for that. Secondly, is we've just found that companies and employees probably need that little bit of extra support as well, and that the app doesn't fit all. So I suppose we're doing a little bit more, let's say, offline support. Emails, phone calls, texts, WhatsApps to our employees, keeping them across accommodation that pops up that meets their criteria, then us scheduling viewings for them, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's been interesting. That's kept us busy, and again, it's opened up more opportunities, which for long term, which I'm actually pretty happy with. Again, I keep thinking of this saying that everybody hears, this trying to scale the unscalable, and the more I play into it, the just because it's not scalable at the very start doesn't mean you don't do it. In fact, you should do things that are unscalable at the start, is what I'm finding. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's I suppose a slight change of direction, slight change of offering. So we're going to continue to, I suppose, refine that. As I say, I just have a number of employees currently from different companies currently looking for accommodation. Yesterday, we got another employee accommodation within 2 days, which is great. So that's a good win. A couple of others just about to sign on the dotted line, which is great. We actually had a couple of, I suppose, to be quite frank, pissed off people because with this one particular client, they just were using the app alone solution, and obviously the properties weren't there that met their needs. Again, they weren't really engaging with the app themselves. Managed to turn around a really, really poor experience that one of our employees had, and they ended up, he had a very, very good experience, and then was very happy with what we did to help him. So, and he's actually signing on the dotted line today. So that's brilliant. That's a great win. His particular company we've had on trial basis. They're a huge company. We had a call with them during the week just to I suppose get into real detail of what the offering should be and what we should do for them, because I find that the app alone solution isn't going to work for them. They want something a bit more structured, a bit more, I suppose, overall, a bit more manual support, I suppose, for their employees, which is fine, which I'm happy to do. Had a call with them. Call went really well. I guess it's all in their hands now whether they go ahead or not. So we're just waiting on the green light. Hopefully, what is a green light? That they'll come on as a full-time paying customer. I think we'll be lucky to get them. So I think I have a habit of thinking of the worst in it, and if it comes out good, then it's even better. So that'll be interesting. I'll probably won't hear from them until the start of next week, at the earliest. What else? The Newry Democrat, which is my local newspaper, ran an article and printed an article on me and Will and Nathan this week, which has got great attention, I suppose. It's funny. It's actually got a lot more attention, I suppose, in my sort of connections or my friends and people just that know me, I suppose, than the article in the Silicon Republic did. And the Silicon Republic has got like 60,000 followers on Twitter, and it's one of the biggest technology, I suppose, media platforms in Europe. And the Newry Democrat has got me more, I suppose, attention from my circle than the Silicon Republic, which is funny. Actually, a cousin of mine was texting me last night to say that my mother was passing around the article to her workmates in the hospice yesterday. So they're hard pleased, so I suppose that's a good thing. But it was lovely for them to run that, obviously. So great work by Emer to organise that with them. We also got contacted. We got contacted completely out of the blue, I suppose, by a European venture fund. That was yesterday. That was strange. I actually thought it was spam. Well, it turns out it's not. So they invest in early stage startups all over Europe, and we've popped up on their radar, which was interesting. They've sent me a mail then just asking for a little bit more details. So I've popped that across them. I think we're going to set up a call. Again, I suppose we're not actively looking for investment. I still really, really love the idea of us doing this off our own back and actually growing a business from nothing, and doing it all ourselves. But you never know. You never know what could pop up from this. So yeah, we'll see what comes out of it. Again, it's just great, I suppose, that we're getting that little bit of attention. I've noticed definitely the last couple of weeks that there's been a lot more attention, probably on myself and the company in general. We're getting sort of random emails from different types of people, I suppose, like private landlords who want us to rent their houses. Property agencies are starting to be a little bit more engaged. Getting more, I suppose, personal requests via LinkedIn to connect and other things, which is great, obviously. And it's just, I suppose, very exciting, and it's great that we're starting to, I suppose, be the people that are being approached rather than us having to go and pound on people's doors, which again, it's just it's just a psychology thing as well, that people are approaching you. I suppose you have that that little bit of leverage. If anything ever comes out of it, if it's discussions like this crowd for investment, or if it's for asking for meetings or anything like that. So that's been good. Just trying to finalise the open job role that we have as well. We've reviewed, I suppose, the short list of people that we've interviewed, and just want to, I suppose, get in touch with people first of all that haven't been successful, and just to give them again, I suppose, a proper explanation and not just a generic garbage thing. So I'll be doing that today. Well, I'm not going to get to it now today, but maybe over the weekend. I'll be doing that. So that's pretty cool. We're also going to have to look at bringing on at least one relocation agent / admin person to help with the workload, basically, especially if we're able to get this large company on board. So that'll be interesting. That'll be going up soon. The other thing is, I suppose, again, is the market. Actually, the other thing is we've got accepted into an NDRC program that starts in September, which is basically a pre-accelerator program where startup companies come in and you start to refine your model and you work with mentors, etc., etc. So we're going into that in September, I think. What was I saying? Yeah, the shortage of accommodation. Like today, again, just obviously dealing with some of our clients and what their expectations are, what they want. We've had one person whose budget is €1,200. That's for a one bed. Now you'd think, I suppose, that sounds pretty healthy. In this Dublin South and Dublin South City, both together, in the entire areas, there's only 7 apartments that meet that criteria. So there's only 7 apartments that are less than €1,200 a month in South Dublin, which is fucking scary. So that's not great. And even if you go up to €1,300 a month, there's only 14 apartments available that meet that criteria. Obviously, there's a challenge. Obviously, that's a challenge for our business anyway, and which is one part of it, which I'm aware of. But just in general, that supply is just not sufficient. Like, it's just not sustainable, and I'm still trying to rack my brain of how this plays out if this continues. I'm actively now going out and wanting to talk to developers to see what can we do to get them building again. I think we've a model there that we can help builders get them back on site in a number of different ways. Even not just for our client base, but just in general to get them back on site. So I really want to be talking to, I suppose, any property developers who are struggling, I suppose, to get planning, struggling to get finance, more importantly, because I think that is where we can help. Property agencies, anybody who's experienced in the property trade at the minute, I want to talk to. I want to sit down and because everybody reads these fucking headlines all the time of what's going on and we need to get property developers developing, but I don't is anybody talking to them? Like, is anybody coming up with solutions for them? There's a lot of headline readers, a lot of bashing goes on, but nobody comes up with solutions. That pisses me off. I think we've got a couple of solutions that we can help implement. Again, they're not short-term fixes. It's going to be long-term, but at least we need to make a move of some sort. Like we need to get the supply on site. So that's what I'm looking to do. So I'm literally trying to talk to anybody and anybody. So if you know any property developers, or there is any property developers listen to this, or anybody in the property world, if that's planners, if that's architects, if that's property agents themselves, if that's tradesmen, anybody who works in that, please get in touch with me, because I want to I suppose pick your brains and bounce a couple of things off you that I think we can do. That's obviously long term for Dublin and for Ireland. For us short term, we're going to have to start to look to other geographical areas anyway, just because of the current shortage of supply, which is fine. So starting to look again, and if I get a couple of people just on board that can help us more with the actual servicing our current client base, I can start to focus more on longer term stuff, which we'll be hoping to do. Cork, Belfast, the UK, New York, they've all been in my mind. All had some sort of discussions with different people on that. So that would be great to if we can get that little bit of freedom. Meeting with the accountant next week as well. Set that up yesterday about the government grant that we got, which is great. That's pretty much it from the work front. Been a good week, I suppose. Again, it's all progress, step by step. That's what it's called. I'm doing this triathlon next Sunday, and I still haven't got this fucking wetsuit. I ordered it last week and it still hasn't come yet. I'm supposed to go back up home tonight to go out swimming in in Camla Lake, which is sort of open water conditions, with a cousin of mine. Can't do that now because it never came. And we've got a wedding tomorrow in Kerry, so we're going to Clare tonight to go down to Kerry tomorrow, and then back to Dublin on Sunday. And that's pretty much it. That's what's going on. So again, all them people that I mentioned are in property developers, or architects, tradesmen, property agencies. Anybody who knows anybody working in them trades or areas, please get them to contact me. You'll see all my details on the post whenever it goes up. And yeah, we'll keep tracking on. That's it. So, thanks again for listening, guys. Have a lovely weekend, and chat to you next week. Take care.